Right, thanks for coming, by the way. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, I want to do something a little bit different. Most of the workshops that we normally have are really practical, aren't they? They're like, here's some ideas for teaching reading, or here's some ideas for doing this, which is great. What I'm going to do today is really just talk about a bit more what we're teaching and how and why and what I think about it. Based over time and trial and error and reading and all the rest of it. I don't mind at all if anybody completely disagrees with me and thinks this is a load of crap. In fact, I'll be delighted if you do, it's fine. I'm not trying to say that anybody else should teach in this way either. I'm just making a case and see what you think. Right. So, I'm going to talk about teaching Grammar Lexically. Let's start with this. So, tell me if you agree. Have you come across this? I'm sure you have. Students who've done English for years and years but can't speak for it. That's why they read it. Yeah. Students who've done the whole of Blue Murphy, sometimes twice. Sometimes do the whole book, write out the answers and do it again. And can't speak fluent sentences. And this one, sometimes I come to media, students who can tell you the grammar rules. They can tell you all the rules of the condition really well but can't produce one.
Yeah.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, when you step back and think about it, something must be going wrong. If students are studying English for 10, 12, 15 years, doing loads of work, putting loads of effort in, spending loads of money, and they can't produce fluent sentences, well, it's good for our business, that's what it is. But maybe something tells us that the way they're being taught isn't quite right, and that's what I think. So I'm going to argue 4 things about grammar and lexics. Feel free to argue at the end. Now, the first one's quite radical. I believe really strongly that the way grammar is taught in most textbooks, and I mean things like English 5, for example, is totally and utterly wrong. I think English 5 is the best of a bad bunch. Of the textbooks that do what English 5 does, it's the best one. It's user-friendly. Everybody likes it. In my opinion, we should throw it away. It's full of terrible methodology that doesn't work. Disagree.
Those were the words you used yesterday.
But I'm here.
What were you saying today?
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you why. I don't think that the people that wrote the book are obviously very good and it's very well done, but it's the underlying methodology that's wrong. And it leads to students not being able to produce English naturally, and that's the problem. And not just English 5, but almost all of them. Also, grammar is much less important than EFL books, CELTA courses. We as teachers, including myself, think that it is. I don't think grammar is actually very important at all. I think it's important, don't get me wrong, we shouldn't stop teaching grammar. But I think it's 10% of what students need. But in our books, it dominates, which we'll see. The key is lexics, the key is vocabulary. If you want to speak good English, you need lots of vocabulary, and let's have a look at why that is. And when we do teach grammar, which we do need to do, and I will demonstrate how I think it should be done, we need to do it in a lexical way, which I will show you what I mean in a second. Right. So, what's the problem? The problem is that most of the course books and most of the courses are based on grammar. They're based on grammar points, aren't they? If you open any of these books and you look at the contents page, it's not surprising really that grammar comes first. It's highlighted in blue. This is the important bit. All the other stuff gets chucked at the end. And this is what you're supposed to do. And we talk that way, don't we? We say, this week I'm doing the present perfect. Next week I'm doing the passives. Do you know what I mean? And I do too. We all do. That's how we've been conditioned to see the language as grammar. And all the units of a grammar-based syllabus, like English 5, are based around grammar points. And that means that the grammar is taught in isolation. And what I mean is, you take one bit of grammar, the present perfect continuous, you study the rules of that, and you use that. As if, in a natural conversation, you speak in one tense at a time, which we don't. We don't say, hi, I've been working hard recently. Oh, I've been studying recently. What have you been doing recently? I've been doing this recently. When we speak, it's a bit of a mess, and all sorts of tenses come out. So the way this works, and plus now I've spent years doing it, I'm not saying that you're not doing it right and I am, because it's not the case. It just doesn't work. The language doesn't work that way. But that's how the books tell us to teach. Right? Very rarely is it in a real context. I'm not picking on English file. I was trained by one of the writers of English file who was a genius, but it's just an example. If you take English file intermediate, the world's most popular course book, Unit 1, the grammar is present simple continuous. You've probably all done this, right? And what they do is they give you this fictitious woman called Rumiko Yasuda, who's not even real. And she's a magazine editor from Tokyo, and she's interviewed about her food habits. Okay. And this produces questions like, what do you usually have for breakfast? And are you taking any vitamins or food supplements at the moment? Now, I don't know about you, but I've never asked anybody if they were taking any food supplements. And I've rarely asked people what they have for breakfast, unless they've come to my house for breakfast, in which case I probably already know. But why? What they're trying to do in this exercise is teach rules, isn't it? It's trying to teach you that the present simple is for facts. So if she says, I usually have a croissant for breakfast, but I'm taking some food supplements at the moment. It's trying to teach our students an idea. It's not trying to teach them to speak, and that's the problem. It's teaching them the present simple is for a fact, and present continuous is for temporary arrangements. Okay, fine. That's important to know, isn't it? But you don't get to speak from this. And that's the problem. It's not a real context. You never ever. And the task at the end is to interview the people in the class about their eating habits. Right? When do you ever do that? What's the point? It's not what we really do, so it's not worth it. Therefore, it doesn't work. However well we teach it, however slickly it's done, it's the methodology is wrong. As I said, you get these contrived and unreal exercises that are not, don't go around asking people about food supplements. And tell me if you agree with this. If you have a grammar-based syllabus, what you have to do, because English grammar is actually quite easy compared to other languages. There's no cases. It doesn't have like inflections like Latin languages at the end of the words. All you get is an S on the present simple. Right? You just have I go, you go, he goes. Okay? Up. Past simple doesn't even change. So English tense system is really straightforward compared to most. So if you've got a grammar-based syllabus, you sort of run out of things to do. So stuff gets chucked in like negative inversions, and that's supposed to make you advanced. Right? So you end up teaching students, and I've done this hundreds of times, to say things like, hardly had I got home when the phone rang, which is a complete waste of time. It's only ever used in fiction narratives, which you probably were never going to write. That's the idea of being advanced. The whole thing is a complete sham. It doesn't work. Right. And just to emphasise the point, I'm going to be constructive in a minute and show you how I think it should be. As I said, the grammar point dominates the unit, and the most amazing thing is the only good thing in this shitty book is at the end of the unit, right? The only good thing in this book is at the end of the unit, there's a page called Practical English. This is the only good thing in this book. What you do in this, you introduce yourself to people and you introduce your friends to other people. That's something we actually do, right? And then here there's some social English with some lovely phrases. This is the last page of the unit. Most of the time we don't have time, so we ditch it, right? We have to get the grammar in. Get the grammar into the
We're told not to use that page.
Told not to use that page.
Because it's the 145
Right,
stuff.
the 145 lessons is how we should be teaching. Yeah, I rest my case. Right. And what else? What's the other problem? You get grammar and you get vocabulary, and they're not related to each other. It's just bizarre. So you get, here's the present perfect continuous talking about some situation. And then, this one advanced, right? Here's a lovely page. Beautiful. Food. Okay, what's the connection? This is in the unit of the present perfect continuous. What do you want to say? I've been eating a lot of scrambled eggs recently. Why? What can you do with this page? These are in single words. All you can notice is that scrambled eggs and know the words. So the next time you're in a restaurant or a cafe, you know what the word scrambled egg is. But you're not saying anything or producing any language. Vocabulary and grammar must go together. The grammar is not separate from vocabulary. Vocabulary goes with it. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. You get this really strange, over-formal, decontextualised language. It's cleaned up, isn't it, in textbooks? You don't get any hesitation or maybes, or again, I think the functional classes in the afternoon are where it's at. Single word exercises which don't work, and you don't do anything natural. If you did the unit 1 of this book, you will not be actually doing anything that you can actually go outside of the class and do in real life. So what's the point? What you can do is on a Friday you can fill in a gap and put the correct form of the auxiliary verb. Well done, fantastic, move to the next level. You can't speak anymore. It doesn't work. I actually think it would be interesting to experiment with students who followed a grammar-based syllabus in the country and students who just lived in the country. And I think that students who just lived in the country probably do better because they're getting exposed to language in that context, and not exposed to nonsensical EFL language, right? How many times are you in the bath when the phone rings? Or the zero conditional. How many times have you taught that? I've taught it thousands of times. I hate myself when I do it because it's only useful if you're really curious about it and you don't know the answer to the question. What happens if you heat water? That's all that happens. Then you get the answer. If you heat water, it boils. That's handy, isn't it? It's really useful. So, you need to be doing something natural with the language, right? Now, even worse is the underlying procedure that we're supposed to follow. Now, I'm aware that we don't all do this, and I'm aware that maybe it's a bit of a straw man, but this is still the dominant methodology in EFL, EPP, right? This is still when you do a CELTA course. This is still the methodology that we're taught. I know we all experiment with different things, so nonetheless, but EPP goes with the grammar syllabus. So what you do, you come in and you present something, right? You take a piece of language out of context. You go, I'm doing a presentation continuous today, I'll present it. At best, the best you can do with this is try and make some kind of vaguely amusing situation for presenting, right? There's a book called Teaching Tenses. Has anybody come across it? If you've got it, then you want to do this methodology, it's great. Because what it does, it gives you slightly amusing situations for different bits of grammar, right? So present perfect continuous, and I've done this loads of times, I'm ashamed to say. You walk into the class like this, and the students say, you've been running. Oh my God, look at that, that's great, isn't it? In a world where if you saw somebody coming into a room, wearing jogging gear, sweating, you wouldn't say to them, you've been running. It's kind of obvious. Or a bloke comes out the garden covered in mud. You've been gardening. Well done. What do you even say it? So, you do that, and then some controlled practice, which is basically Murphy, isn't it? Gap fills, and this is what follows here. And then there's this thing called free practice, and sometimes they're more honest and they say freer. Free practice is again always some kind of bizarrely contrived situation where you have to use the target structure. I'm going to listen to you speak, but you better bloody use the present perfect continuous. And if you don't, that's dangerous. Stop it. Oh, you used the correct tense. Well done. Even though what you actually maybe you want to say is more natural, it's in a different tense. We're not doing that yet. Not yet. You're not ready. Now, if this methodology is as crap as I'm saying it is, why is it so dominant? Why is it used all the time, right? There are things which make it seductive, and when I did my self-course, I was taught to do this, and therefore I did it for years, but I was always sort of uneasy. It didn't seem to work. I just thought, I'm not sure that I'm doing this right, but that's what I should do, I suppose. With this kind of thing, you're in control as a teacher, because you control the language that we study. We're doing the present perfect continuous, I've selected it, and you're going to do it, right? And it makes us look really knowledgeable. Tell me that this is not so. I remember the first time I taught reported speech. I didn't even know what reported speech was, but I looked at the back of the book and there's all these complicated rules, and I thought, me, I'm a good teacher. And you come in and you say, here's some rules of reported speech, and the students, wow, this guy knows his stuff, this is fantastic. It creates the illusion of progress. You don't make any progress in PPP, but it makes it look like you did. Look, I've gone through all these grammar points and all these levels. If it was true that you could just learn 20 grammar points and speak English fluently, nobody would ever come to our school, because they could study those books at home, get to the end point of the grammar, get to the negative conversions, and then it would be done. You'd be a native speaker, but it's not true. It doesn't work. this is a seductive argument as well, isn't it? We know that students expect it. They've been taught this way in the past. They think it's great. So well. If you want to do that, stay in your own country. And I don't think we should take into account student expectations whatsoever if we believe that what we're doing is right. You can convince them of anything if you believe them. It also limits the questions you can be asked. Right? If I'm doing the present perfect, simple, there's only really one question that you could ask me, which is, why can't I say yesterday I have gone to the pub? And I can say, because that's a fixed time expression in the past, that's the past simple, and I look like a genius. Particularly for newer teachers, and I'm not saying that I haven't done this for a long time, because I did for at least a decade doing this. And as I said, it's very structured. You can mess about with it, like teaching tenses and be creative and make it fun. Students like that, and it looks great. However, it just doesn't work because it's based on a fundamental misunderstanding of how language works and how learning works, in my opinion. Really briefly, and then we'll get on to some more positive stuff. What's wrong with it? You talk about English, not in English. You discuss rules all the time. You don't do things with language. You discuss how it works, right? That's why you get the person up intermediate and say, the third conditional is if plus the past perfect plus would plus the present perfect, but you can't use it. Right? It's not true that structures exist in isolation. You don't use one tense. I'm going to prove it to you. You don't ever do things in conversations. Again, functional lessons have a way to it. Language should be in conversation. So you can see what happens next, because otherwise you get this, and I've done this too. Let's say you're teaching so do I. What you get, and I've done this loads of times in the past, is you go around the class in your free practice and you say, I can speak French. And if your student is really good, they say, so can I. And you think, fantastic, they've done that really well. End of chat, right? I can speak French, so can I. I've got 3 brothers, but whatever.